Last time we showed you what not ready looks like, the foundation gaps, total chaos, the signs that AI would make things worse, not better. Today, we're getting into the details of the actual system, the automations, the team layer, the tools, and everything a trades business needs to respond fast, follow up consistently, and never drop a lead again. Let's get into it.
Thanks, Yamille. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to AI Tech Tuesdays, where we simplify AI, cut through the hype, and show you exactly how to use it to grow your business. I'm Crystal Gonzalez, founder of CGX Virtual Solutions, your host today. We are helping business owners get their time and sanity back by combining AI powered virtual assistants, smart automation, and real human support so that you can stop putting out fires, start building the kind of business that really will earn you 5-star rating every single time. And I'm not doing this alone. I'm here to introduce you my co-host, Yamille.
Hi, I'm Yamille Kosovo, and I'm the founder of System IQ. I specialize in helping local businesses bring technology and automation into their existing operations. So calls get answered, estimates get followed up on, and revenue doesn't leak when you're not in the room. So if you're feeling like your team is juggling a million things or you're just tired of jumping through hoops just to keep track of what's going on in your business, I'm here to install the automations that keep things moving and consistent. Every installation that I help businesses do is built around their specific trade. It's not a generic system dropped into that business. So to be clear, this isn't about replacing people. It's about giving the team you already have a better way to work so you can scale without the chaos.
Thank you, Yamil. So we're just doing a little recap over what we learned last week in our last episode. We talked about 3 signs that a business owner isn't ready. One would be your team is the system. You're reacting rather than managing the process, and your tools aren't connected. So today is the fix. Here's what we actually built.
Okay, let's get started. Automation 1. We call that the missed text callback. Oh my gosh. The mix.
It's okay. What can I say? We took a 2-week break, by the way, because I was busy getting married. So we're trying to get this episode
We're trying
rolling.
to get that
So
to
hang
it. So
on. Yeah, just
sorry. All
sorry, guys.
right.
Hang with us.
We're human. We're people. We're not machines. This call text back. That's what I was trying to say. Anyway, so what does that do for you? What happens is when a call goes unanswered, an automated text goes out. Example of what that might look like is, hey, we missed your call. Sorry, we missed you. We're on a job right now. What's a good time to reach you? What it replaces your admin person calling back 2 hours later, the next day, or worse, not at all. What it costs you not to have something like this in place, the lead calls your competitor because that's what happens. You know, when they're looking online, you don't answer, you don't get back to them, they go to the next person. That's just reality. What we build and what we recommend we do is this is the first automation every trade business should install. Period. End of story.
Yes. Okay. So the second automation was your post quote follow up sequence. So what this does is when a quote goes out, if there's no response in 24 hours, what you'll want to do is have an automated follow up text, 48 hours follow up email, and then 5 days, you'll want a final check in. What this will do is instead of hoping that the customer calls back, you're going to have a process where not only you're having automation and a follow-up sequence to this quote, but you're also having a CSR manually tracking the quote status in a spreadsheet to be able to follow up and make sure that we're actually keeping the follow-up sequence moving along.
Yeah, and as you remember last week, that was important in when I talked about the root quote, don't get back to me. I don't hire you. I have no way of knowing if you're even interested, nor do I, whatever. So anyway, the next automation that is important for every business to have, especially trades businesses, is the post-job review request. Now, what this does is after a job is marked complete in your system, 2 hours later, as an example, an automated text to the customer asking them for a Google review with a direct link to that for them to leave that particular review. So they don't have to work hard to find out, oh, where do I go to do this, right? And what this replaces is asking your text to remember to ask after the job is complete when you know that they're moving to the next job right away. And so they forget sometimes. It's just nature. It just happens. What it costs you not to have it, Google rating stays flat, while competitors who are currently automating this pull ahead in search results, leaving you behind. What happens as a compound effect by having this in your system, installed in your business, is that every review is a permanent asset. 5 new reviews a week equals 260 reviews a year. How can that change your business? Just imagine that. Quite a bit.
I think we all could do better at getting reviews online, you know? I'm gonna
Yeah.
be one to say that even us as a company, we're always talking about we need more reviews, we wanna get more
Hmm.
reviews. Some businesses, depending on the type of business you are, for example, with our business, I think some of our clients are hesitant to put a review out because they don't want to be known as the company that's working with a remote office team, virtual assistants, and so we find it a little bit of a struggle on our end, but it's just so important to have because especially if you're online a lot or you're selling online, you have your Google profile, that's what we go to now is to look at
Hmm.
these reviews and see what the feedback is. Whatever I do, I always go to review and I want to see like, should I buy this? I'm trying to make my buying decision through these reviews. And so there's companies out there that are really just knocking it out of the water. They're doing really well. And I think we all can improve how we're doing this. But like Yamil said, one important thing is that Google is even optimizing you. If you're getting more and more reviews, it's in the however they're running those numbers on the back end of who gets to show up in these results. It's adding to your score. It's really
Hmm.
helping contribute to you showing more up in those search results and it recommending you because you're just those companies out there that are getting these reviews are really getting ahead of their competitors. And so it's super important that you do that and that you put something in place. Even if the automation, there's even automations that can go out. Maybe you want to wait until the client's paid their bill to actually get
Absolutely.
that review. Though this can all be customized. We don't have to set it up in this fashion. This is just a recommendation to get you going. But there's been automations that both Yamil and I set up on the back end that could be triggered based on if your a bill is paid, if QuickBooks gets a payment, or depending on
Hmm.
who your payment portal is through, those triggers can be set up. So that's when request for review goes out as well. So just know that it's totally customizable on the back end. We can totally help and go through your customer buying journey and figure out when the best time is to get these reviews and help you configure that.
Exactly. And I think that also in the direct to consumer services industry, home services, trade services, restaurants, salons, anybody that's dealing directly with the customer, that's when reviews are absolutely a must. And the best time to get them or even ask for the review is right after a service is completed because that's when the person is happiest. I mean, their carpets smell great, the house is clean. The tub isn't leaking anymore. Restaurant's meal was delicious. I had a great time. That's the best time. Not a week later, not a month later, it has to be fresh. Because when it comes in at this weird time, if it comes in at all, I'm like, oh, I don't even remember going there. I don't even remember what I ate. I don't remember what they did for me. Right. So it's more important in the direct to consumer. As Crystal was saying, for us, sometimes it's hard to get them because business to business is a little bit tougher. But
Yeah.
direct to consumer is absolutely a must. Absolutely a must.
Yeah, and then we also want to talk about the human layer of all of this and how important it is to have that human layer. As you guys know, what we do is provide remote virtual assistants through our business to help business owners add that human layer. So many business nowadays are running their businesses from their homes in their remote offices at home. And so you don't have that traditional brick and mortar setting where they're
Mhm.
working and they have their team working from a brick and mortar or actual storefront. So, in order to be able to give you that professionalism and really that feel and operate like a business that did have a storefront, we help install remote virtual assistants to be able to help run your business behind the scenes and ensure you get a really good customer experience. We want you to get 5-star ratings. And how we're doing this is we're not just letting AI and automations run amok by themselves. We're
Mhm.
teaching and training assistants in your business model to be able to help them keep an eye on things, make sure that that customer service process, the whole buying journey and the customer service experience is seamless. We couldn't do that, and that couldn't be accomplished if everything was running automated with AI. We all know that AI is a tool, but it definitely needs to be monitored. And, there's CRMs nowadays that we have, me and Yamille work in a preferred CRM that we really like, but we know that there's a lot of CRMs out there that the trade business owners are running. But, there's always going to be another side of even the scheduling, where scheduling is more complex. Like, that's a big question I get a lot, is how does AI help scheduling, and how are we going to be able to make sure that I'm not running across the valley or different cities? And there's rules and stuff we can put in place to kind of
Mhm.
help, but you'll always want human eyes to keep an eye on those things, because misrouting, that can cost a lot of money, and we're trying to
Mhm.
help you
Yeah.
save money. So we're putting in assistance to be able to help with the complex scheduling part of things, any type of customer escalations, updating of the CRM that can't be done automatically or with an automation. We want humans helping do the closing and the follow up as well, because that's really where you're going to be able to get and close those deals, is when you have a human helping you. Also, any type of follow up outside of these automations that need to be done, aside from maybe some things that need to be followed up on, some jobs. And so we're really wanting to teach you that it's not just the automations that are going to really bring your business to that level 5-star rating it needs. We need to combine everything together. And so Yamil and I work together with businesses to really make this process really seamless and work for you.
Yeah, it's an ecosystem. You have to have the humans, like you said, but the automations help the human be more consistent and be more efficient, and not having to do a lot of things by hand frees them up to really do the things that only a human can do,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And that creates a really great experience to the end customer. You can have a write an email, that's no problem, but it's like somebody needs to call you and ask you for something or to give you a status on something. That human is that connection to the business, and it makes them look good. But all the little tedious stuff that they don't really need to do, that's what automation can do, right? But having that human in the loop is absolutely crucial to, and whether that's a team that you already have in place, or if you get somebody in from through Crystal that she goes and trains to make sure that there's a good fit and that they work well, everybody works well together. So yeah,
One thing
everything
that we
works
talked
well
about
together.
One thing that we talked about doing is dropping a resource in on where you can go to aitechtuesdays.com. And what we're going to do is we're just going to drop kind of a simple 3-step automation that you can do just to get you started. If you need any help, Yamil can help you with that as well, in formatting
Mhm.
those more to your brand voice and your brand identity. Those are the ones that make more of an impact. But even just starting out with a template, if it's something you want to do yourself, you're just not quite ready to take that step to work with us, we want to give you something that you can implement. And so we're going to be dropping that resource in on our website as well at aitechtuesdays.com.
Yeah. And some of you may already have a system that you use so that you can build it in there. But if you don't, then you know who to contact. We can help you with that as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we'll put that together and we will attach it. We'll actually put it in the resource page, and we could also potentially put it in the show notes as well to have it there as
Sure.
well.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. We'll have our one of our assistants help get all that posted for you guys, so it should be there when you watch our episodes. So, just a little bit recap. You want to make sure that you have automation set up. Start with your missed call text back. It can take less than 2 hours to get it set up in your CRM. It's usually pretty quick, and you can get it working
Mhm.
the same day. Also, just adding the post job review request, making it simple, it'll immediately compound, and then building your follow up sequence so that you have a little bit more complex, but it's the highest revenue impact. So make sure that you get that started, and then bringing in your human layer as well to be able to help you with all these things, because a virtual assistant can really help keep things running while you're out on your job site working and making sure that the experience is seamless. Anything else, Yamil, that I'm missing?
No, I mean, I think that those are the key, the most important things. And, I'm going to just say one more thing is for those of you who already have a website that's doing the job that you need it to do, you got to make sure that whatever action you want somebody to take on your website, whether that's calling or filling out a form or chatting, whatever, just make sure that that has something on the back end to catch it. Because there's nothing more disappointing to a potential customer than filling out a form and then crickets and nothing.
My
Or
goodness, this brings
maybe
me to something so important. You brought this up, but oh my gosh. And you may have the form on the back end. You may have a contact form, a lead form, whatever it is. Check it to make sure it works because those
Mhm.
forms can get set up years in advance by your web design team or whatever, and then they don't work. And so,
Right.
do you know how to go in and check and see where those leads are coming in because different hosting sites will have
Hmm.
different ways of you being able to retrieve that data, but it should be
Right.
connected in your CRM if you have a way to do that. And if you
Right.
want to do that, we can help with that as well. But I'm telling you, those forms break. And I don't know how many times I've went in with a new client or when I'm doing an audit and I'm just testing their website to see if it's actually
Hmm.
operating. And I have to send them a message and be like, yeah, I don't think you got my message because you haven't
Yeah.
responded. Yeah.
And if somebody is managing your website, let's say you have it in WordPress, or it doesn't matter. All have WordPress has plugins that allow you to stick a form in there, but oftentimes those leads and that leads information comes into WordPress. And if you don't have access to WordPress, those leads are just going to sit there. And
Yeah.
if whoever set it up doesn't have a way to, well, they don't. It's not that they don't have a way, but they didn't set it up so that it alerts you that you have you're just wasting money, especially if you're running ads. Or even if you're not running ads, if they're coming in from organic search or what have you. That is, and I've heard it so many times. Oh, I didn't even know that was there.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
problem. That's a
Absolutely.
really big problem.
Your web
Just don't let
guys
that happen to you.
should be giving you login credentials to be able to log in and at least to be able to retrieve this. Or I mean, there's a ton of different ways, but I would say that's one of the things I'm a big pusher for. If you're having somebody build your website, you want to be able to access that website and you want some sort of login and credentials to be able to get into that back into that website.
Hmm.
So I
Absolutely.
know some companies will build a website for you and they'll hold your domain hostage and they don't let you into your website. So we do not believe in that. We think that we
Nope.
know it belongs to your business. It's your asset and you need it. And so, but if you need any help with any of this stuff or you guys are struggling, we're here to help. That's what we're here for. That's what our show is for, to really teach you guys and help you to be able to know just these latest tools and tricks and be able to offer ourselves as a resource to you to be able to help you along the way because we want you to
Absolutely.
grow your business and be successful.
Absolutely. And sometimes you don't realize that you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing. You just don't know. So here we are, just trying to let you know that those specific things that you should be aware of and and recognize that it's either doing the right thing or it's not doing the right thing or something, you think is working and it's actually not fully working. Those are the things we can help you figure out and fix.
Mhm.
Because ultimately, if you have those systems handling the tedious things, like I've said this 1,000 times. I mean, then you don't have to worry about it. You know it's going to work every time. The customer's going to be taken care of immediately. You don't even have to think about it. You know,
Yeah.
it's that's priceless, and the time that is saved by doing that is just amazing. So that's what we're here for, to help you out with that and help you build, the systems to create a healthy business that you can grow and make more money. Who doesn't want to make more money?
And don't be embarrassed to reach out if you need help. Like, don't be
No, we're
there's
here to
no
help.
shame in this. We all started somewhere, so we definitely will help you, even if
Exactly.
you've been
Exactly.
years in your business, because we know a lot of trade business owners have had their business for years and they don't have these systems in place and they're not sure how to start. And
Right.
so, we'll put something together to really help you out. We want to help everyone at every level really use the most of the resources we're providing and get
Yeah.
you
'Cause-
into the
Absolutely. Because
groove here.
let's get real. A lot has changed in technology in the last I mean, just in the last 6 months, but in the last few years, a lot has changed since a
Yep.
lot of, trades owners have gotten into business. So it's just a challenge. So we're here to help.
So we've walked you through the whole system, but here's the thing. None of it really matters if you don't know where your business is losing money right now. That's exactly why we have a revenue leak audit. It's a free audit where we customize it towards your business, and we're going to show you exactly where you're leaking revenue and help you so you can start fixing those revenue leaks. So if you're interested in getting a free revenue leak audit, that's something I offer. You can go to aitechtuesdays.com and click our link there. I'll help get you a revenue leak audit, and we'll deliver it to you within 72 hours to really help you get a roadmap on how to fix anything leaking in your business to bring you more money.
Exactly. And if you want me to look at your specific systems, what you already got, what you already have running, what's missing, what you would want to build first, and that's what the systems health check is all about. I'll review your situation, record my observations, and give you a clear starting point. No pitch, just a real look. Head on to the AI Tech Tuesdays. There's a link in there as well for the health check.
Wonderful. Well, I guess that's pretty much it for this episode. If your team is struggling with anything or juggling a million things, we want to be able to help you out. We would like you to continue to follow our channel, like and subscribe, and share it with anyone that you think it could be useful to. We would love to be able to help you and be a part of your regular weekly routine in watching our channel every week. Anything else, Yamille?
Excellent. And yes, and don't forget to turn on notifications and comment. We look at every comment and we'll reply to every comment. So don't be shy.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of change going on in the business world right now. Technology is changing at breakneck speed. Trust me. We go through it. We're trying to keep up with it so that we can help you. So don't be
Yeah.
shy. Just go ahead and connect, follow us on social. Just hang out.
Yeah, we have a Facebook page too as well. So you can join us on our Facebook page. Go to our website and check out the resources that we've uploaded in the
Absolutely.
past. And if you have something that you want us to present on, maybe something that you're stumped in or that you'd like to learn a little bit more, we'd love to hear that as well. So send us a message, shoot us an email, contact us. We'd love to know how we can help you more. Okay, guys? So great being with you this week, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you for watching. See you in the next
Bye-bye,
episode.
everyone.
Have a great week. Bye.